All right, guys, let's get into this one because this is one of those stories that has been stirring up conversations across social media. And honestly, I think it deserves a proper deep dive. If you're coming here for the first time, hello, welcome here. I do hope you are fine. You guys are doing great. Now, 2 days ago, People magazine published an article about Luke Newton. Now, on the surface, it was supposed to be just a simple coverage, a Luke stepping out with his girlfriend Antonia. Now, you'd expect it to be a light, straightforward piece, maybe highlighting their outfits, where they were spotted, and just the usual fluff you get with celebrity coverage, yeah. But here is the part that immediately raised eyebrows. Now, in that article, they randomly decided to bring Nicola into the mix. Yes, Nicola. And let me tell you, fans were not here for it. Screenshots of comments. I'll put up the comments on the screen, you guys. They have been going round, and the general consensus is clear. A lot of people felt that the mention of Nicola was not only necessary but also a bit messy. Now, let's break this down, guys. Why did People magazine feel the need to bring Nicola into an article that was clearly about Luke and Antonia? Now, was it for context? Was it clickbait? Or was it a subtle way to stir up some extra drama? Because let's be real, magazines know exactly what they are doing when they drop certain names into headlines or body text. They know fandoms are passionate. They know conversations will take off. And ultimately, that drives traffic. But here is where I stand, you guys. I honestly think it was uncalled for. If you're writing about Luke Newton and his girlfriend, then keep the focus on Luke Newton and his girlfriend. By the way, Luke Newton is playing Lee Alexander McQueen, okay, at the House of McQueen. He's doing great. They can talk about that, okay? Now, full stop. The moment you start dragging in people, especially someone like Nicola, who fans are very protective of, you risk derailing the entire conversation. And that is exactly what happened here. Instead of people talking about Luke and Antonia, the main character online, the main chatter online has become, why was Nicola even mentioned? Okay. And honestly, I kind of feel bad for Luke here because this was supposed to be his moment, right? And I even feel worse. Okay, I feel worse for Antonia because this was perhaps her time to shine. If there is anything like that, this I really feel was her time to shine, because this is an article and they say this person is going out with Luke Newton. So come on, shine. She's been dancing. She's okay. Yes, she's been dancing, but she's never in the spotlight like the way she gets in the spotlight when she's with Luke Newton. Yeah, forgive me, you guys. So I feel bad for her. This was supposed to be, her moment, right? Now, whether you are a fan of Luke Newton's acting, his projects, or you're just happy to see him publicly enjoying life with his girlfriend, the spotlight was supposed to be on him. But the second Nicola's name entered the article, boom, the focus shifted, and now it's less about Luke and Antonia and more about the drama surrounding that mention. Okay, I would have preferred, like, okay, they should have just mentioned, yeah, maybe for context, they were doing it for context, but this is so weird. People have come out there saying, no, this is really, really weird. Now, let's talk about why fans were so upset. Now, from what I've seen, a lot of people felt like it was disrespectful to Antonia. Imagine stepping out with your man and instead of the coverage being about your relationship, your style, your vibe, excuse me, your vibe together. The headline, pulls in someone completely unrelated, and that has to feel frustrating, right? Especially comparing the level of profession that this woman is, Nicola. Okay, she is a profession. Like, you're bringing in now Antonia. You're trying to no, 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 you're not doing that. Now, maybe on the flip side, Nicola's fans are, they're annoyed. They feel like her nails used purely for clicks. Yeah, like she was dragged into something she had nothing to do. And let's be real, this isn't the first time the media has played this game. They know Nicola's name trends, they know any mention of her will spark conversation, so it feels calculated. Okay, and let me give you my raw opinion here. I think outlets like People magazine sometimes underestimate how smart fans really are. They think they can sprinkle in a name for engagement and that nobody will call it out. But the fandoms today, they notice everything and they don't just let it slide. They will screenshot, they will tweet, TikTok, and dissect every single line of that article. And honestly, I respect it because it shows that fans are holding the media accountable. And here is something else I have been thinking about. What does this say about how celebrity relationships are covered in general? Because let's face it, the media thrives off comparisons, laugh triangles, and even just the hint of drama. Sometimes it doesn't even have to exist in reality. As long as they can create the illusion of tension, they'll go for it. And in this case, it feels like Nicola's name was used to inject a bit of that energy, even though it wasn't needed. Personally, I think this was a missed opportunity for People magazine to just celebrate Luke and Antonia without adding unnecessary layers. Fans would have still read the article. People still care about Luke Newton and what he's up to. Believe me, we are still here for Luke Newton, and we still do care about him. Antonia being with him was already enough to generate buzz, so why mud it with something extra? And of course, here is where I want to pull you guys into the conversation. Do you think this was harmless context, or do you think it was shady? Because I know some people might argue, well, maybe they were just giving background, maybe it wasn't meant to be messy. But the way I see it, context only works. Context only works if it actually adds value to the story. If it doesn't, then it feels more like a bet. Now, one thing I will say is this: I hope Luke and Antonia don't let this kind of coverage bother them too much. At the end of the day, public figures are always going to be subject to these little media games. But I think what really matters is how fans choose to react. And judging by the screenshots I've seen, fans are pretty united on this one. They are calling out the unnecessary mention. They are defending Luke Newton and Nicola, and they are making it clear that they want the media to do better. Now, from my perspective as someone who covers these stories, I actually think it's so refreshing to see fans push back, because it sends a message to outlets. Stick to the story, guys. Respect the people involved and stop dragging others into narratives that don't belong to them. Okay. Anyways, you guys, do go on and share your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this? Please, let's discuss this. Tell me what you think about this. If you're coming here for the first time, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Peace.